Hi, my name is Evelyn Mendoza. My team is confirmed by Enrique Jeronimo and is servitor. I'm going to talk about the models of operation. Okay. Definition. Present-day administration is working in a business and then central is submitted to many other change. The life cycles of the products become shorter in addition to the new technology and the increasing international. The rules of the investigation of separation is goes back to when the first attempts were done to host the scientific method in the administration of a company. Nevertheless, the beginning of this discipline assumes to the military service given how the beginning of the Second World War. The operation investigation is applicable to problems that refer to the conduction and coordination of the operation or activities inside an organization. The operation investigation tries to find a better solution. Calling needle solution for the problem under consideration one of the main reasons of the existence of groups of investigation of the operation is that most of the business problem has multiple aspects. It is perfectly reasonable that the individual pieces of the problem are compressed and the analysis better for those who have the necessary training and the appropriate fields. The operation investigation is the application for interdisciplinary groups from the scientific system and oriental tag place solution or system and oriental better served to the targets of the organization. Okay, I am going to talk about types of model of investigation of operation. The definition the mathematical model is used when the function target and the restriction of the model can express time, service, and qualitative or mathematical for the function of the variables of decision. And definition simulation model. The simulation model differs from the mathematical told the relation between the enter and the exit do not indicate passive and explicit from. On the other hand, the simulation model divides the system represent in basic or elementary models that later are connected if routed with the definite local relation. Therefore, the calculation operation with mathematical models, they offer major flexibility and have represent complex systems. But this flexibility is not free of disadvantages. The making of this model is usually costly and the time and resources. On the other hand, ideal mathematical models are usually able to manage in calculus terms. Model of investigation is the operation of the scientists and the administration. The essentials of the administration were with qualitative decision models. Formal models, definition, they are used to solve the qualitative problems of decision in the real world. Some models and the scientific of the administrator are called models deterministicals. This means that all the excellent information that is to say the information that the models will have or evaluate is considered well cannot. Important information is considered to be uncertain, although the probability of such information must be specific. In the following table, the upper the models of decision has its class assessment and its host in the corporation. Phases of study of the investigation operation. A study of investigation of operation cannot be realized and controlled only with the analysis operation investigation. It will have to crowd the members of the organization's training responsibility of the function where a problem exists, if like the execution and implementation of the solution of the problem. Phases of investigation of the operation. Frederick and Gerald, they complete 6 phases across which a study is carried out, which are formulation of the problem, construction of the mathematical model, derivation of a solution from the model, cross-check of the model and the obtained solution, control panel establishment and the solution, starting of the solution. Cross-check of model and the obtained solution is got to begin for verifying the obvious errors of y as bit too high for the place in the model. A more systematic approach for the test of the model is to host a respectivity test. Respectivity test, where the test is applicable, it does host of historical information and reconstructs the past to determine if the model and the result in solution have a performance of having been hosted. Control panel established on the solution. He is charged of installing a system will document to upload the model, which will include the model and the solution procedure plan to detect the change, to make necessary, to maintain a general alertness. Starting, the last stage of the study of the investigation is to build into practice the final solution. It includes several test steps. The theme of operation gives a careful explanation to the management of the solution of the problem, responsibility, periodic improvement of the model, supervision of the model, and modification. Formulation of more common problems, for example, the transport application replace the better examples for solution and definition of problems of linear programming as a procedure interactive tool allows to be proving the solution to various steps. departing from the activity, evaluation of their function, and IAM text. How the manning consists of logging successively for a known apex style. The shard is a well-drawn crush, the setting of the polygon of the equivalence of the polygon if the number of variables is measured. The model of the simplex is based on the following property, and the function target is thus not at its maximum valuable in the apex iter is a high tall set of around which emerge increasing. The algebra mathematical and the process for elimination of Jordan to solve a system of linear equations that constitute basis of the method samples.
Hello, good afternoon. Today we exposing the information about the main operation research application. Okay, this team is integrate for Evelyn Ruby and I, Enrique Jeronimo Barberio. Okay, in my part about this chart, I talk about the main operation research application. Okay, according the investigation for this article, we have developing many methods of operation research applied to business problem, while at the same time are present in many different industries. Okay, the models for solving problems can be grouped in various ways. The most important is a stochastic and probabilistic problem, forecast, inventory models, linear programming, assignment and transportation problem, network theory, queuing theory, or waiting line. Okay, the number one is a stochastic or probabilistic problem. They are useful when having to face an uncertain environment by aesthetic development and powerful method to make decisions when you have limited information. The forecast is the number two. It's an inexplicable responsibility of management for forecast facing uncertainty about the future. Past behavior has an indicator of what is to come. Among the topics they see forecasts are simply average, moving average, double average, exponential smoothing, regression, correlation, and trend. The number three is inventory models. In this point, the inventory model have to control overall inventory cost. This approach can reduce the total cost of purchase. It's very important reduce the total cost of purchase for the the company have a principal object. The object for the company is reduce the cost, make the cost out according the purchasing, storing, carrying inventory, and run out of it. Also analyze and evaluate the discounts offered by suppliers, as well as the purchase of multiple items one source. 4. Linear programming. It's valuable when you must choose among numerous alternatives to evaluate them with conventional methods. By using linear programming, you can determine optimal combination of resources of a firm to achieve certain goals. The number 5 is a problem allocation and transport. Um, in this point, uh, the main operation research application is approach are useful when management face problems that have to do with the best alternative distribution of their optimal method of assigning workers to machine etc. The number 6 is a network theory. Allows managers to cope with the complexity involved in the large project. The use of the technique has greatly decreased the time required to produce complex products. The most common technical art is a program evaluation and review technique project and critical path method and the programming technique with limited resources, both cost and time. Okay, and the last is a queuing theory of waiting line. Um, a study random arrivals at a service station or process limited capacity models allows management to calculate further the length of waiting line. The average time spent on the line being a person who expects the service and the need adhering station. This technique is studied primarily by using formulas uh, and subsequently by computer simulation. The next uh, point is a methodology for modeling. The definition about this about the methodology for modeling say it's the whole process of abstraction of the real system the quantity model and result in a mathematical model of the real system under study. It includes activities such as system definition and determination of its border, the identification of the most important activities for achieving the object, namely the conceptualization of the simplified system, and finally the development on the model. The formulation is a object component modeling and is to convert the simplified system on a quantity model that describes it. The life cycle building a model is defined by 3 steps. The one is a definite problem. In this phase, including understanding the problem and agree with a claim the result to be obtained. The number 2 is a modeling and build the solution. This phase included defining the type and technique to be used, build the model, and implement computational in this case, and finally validation. 3 is using the resolution, a perfect model that is no use of perfectly useless model, being able to implement the model so that the customer use and maintain a particular system group are the 2 basic elements of this phase. Um, According to the methodology for modeling, we have a diversity methods, but we explain uh, the mathematical models in this point. The mathematical models is a formal model that uses language to mathematics to describe a system expressing parameters, variables, relationship. The common characteristic of the all models is to model mathematical representing reality variables and parameters and some other device a function set. Thus really is a quantity set. um, to next we explain a practical example modeling. This example is short, but the important here is who do the modeling when I have a linear program in operation research. Okay, the methodology for modeling have to the next problem. The problem is a blacksmith with 18 kilograms of the steel and 120 kilograms of the aluminum. Once you ride bike and mountain, you can to sell respectable in the cost. For the mountain bike, the cost is $20,000 pesos Mexican or any value is for the ride bike is $15,000 USD. For age to get the most benefit, for ride will use the 1 kilogram of steel and 3 kilograms of aluminum, and the mountain, and for the mountain 2 kilograms both metals. How many roads, bike and mountain shall produce to maximum profits? Okay, the next step for solving the mathematical model is necessary do a little table to write the information, the minimum information for the solving the problem. Okay, if you see the screen, the slider, in this I'm describe the information to the problem. In the left, can you see the bike ride, mountain bike, and a valuable, and then in up the information in the table have the steel and aluminum and sales price. This information is necessary for solving the mathematical models. The next layer, we can verify declaration of variables, capacity constraint, and object function. It's necessary do the declaration for variables. The x equal is a number of touring bike produced. The y is the equal number the mountain bike to produce. And in the capacity constraint, we have aluminum, steel, and the fall. In aluminum, the formula, the equation for solving this operation is x plus 2y less equal to 80. The steel is 3x plus 2y less equal to 120. The foul is in all the problem to mathematical methods. You can select the x and the y, rate the zero. Okay. The principal function of the objective function is in this case I'm named the variable who C max. In the case in this problem, we need to maximum the cost, the benefits cost to the business. Okay. The concept, graphical methods, and its application. In this point, the graphical method is a method to troubleshooting very limited linear programming in the number of variables. In the case, if you have a problem in 2D, you have only two variables to make this to solving the problem. If you have a problem with 3D, you have three variables to solve the problem, but reach the interpretation of result and even sensitivity analysis. This is to represent age of the constraint and finding the extent possible the polygon feasible, commonly called the solution set of the region feasible, and which be trigonometric ration is one of the vertices is the best response optimum solution. And the next layer, I'm shown the imagine to representative this the last sentence. Yeah, can you see the imagine? In the imagine, I have a line is the cross in the one point in the plane. The objective the objective in the solution for mathematical model is obtain the the best optimal uh, the best response to optimal solution. Yeah, and in this, the method graphic has application in everybody. The problem what certain work requires for an evaluation detail through to use in mathematics. Okay. um, this is all for my team. Thank you for watch the exposition.